And feel free to bend your knees if your back likes that. You can rest them together, open them wide, or just keep them straight, or just have your legs straight out, whatever feels comfortable for you. And you can have your arms out to the side, or if you like, you can place one hand on the belly and one on the chest just to accentuate the breathing. And I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And if you prefer to leave your eyes open, it's good to maybe half close them and just rest your gaze somewhere so you're not looking around. And let's just start with a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale the mouth, releasing the weight of your body into the ground. And then bringing attention to your breath. Feeling the gentle movement. The rise and fall. And then let's expand the breath out into the belly, across the ribs, and up into the chest. Filling the lungs completely on the inhale, and then letting it all go on the exhale. Keep the breath in your awareness from the beginning to the end. And then without losing the rhythm of your breath, if your legs are straight, bend your knees with your feet under your knees. Rest the arms down on the ground beside your hips. And then on an inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips, lift the arms overhead. And then exhale, lower back down. Then I'll give some options if you want to work harder. On the inhale, you can do the same. And on the exhale, you can come up into a crunch, lifting the feet and reaching the arms past the thighs. And one more. And then release down if you're lifted. Then cross the right leg over the left leg. And then lift the left foot off the ground. If you like, you can hook the foot under. If that's available, you don't have to. And then we'll place the right hand on the right thigh and the left hand on top of it. And take a deep breath in. And then when you exhale, press the hands into the thigh and the thigh into the hands and scoop your lower belly down and up. So toward the spine and then up toward your head. And then relax that on the inhale and repeat on the exhale. And one more. Beautiful. Unhook the feet if you had them hooked and return the left foot to the ground. And then move the right ankle to the top of the left knee, just above the knee. We'll bring the hands behind the back of the head. Take a breath in here in this position. When you exhale, lift the left foot to the point that you're even lifting your low back off the ground, and then crunch up, bringing your forehead toward your shin, and inhale down. If that's too hard, just come in one movement. So there's actually 3 versions. Easiest, come in one movement. Next is to come in 2 movements, makes it a little bit harder. And the third is to even get the hips to lift off the ground. Two more. Beautiful. And then you can release your hands, and we'll just move that left foot over to the left as far as it'll go. And then let the knees drop down toward the ground. And bring the left arm overhead, stretching long and breathing long, feeling the breath fill into the length of the body. If that's too intense for you, then you can take the right foot off the left knee. It doesn't need to be there. And then we can aim the outer edge of the left foot toward the right foot. So you're kind of angling at your ankle, a sideways flexion. Deep, full breaths. Good. And then lift the knee, slide the foot back under. Bring the right arm overhead as well. Make sure the left foot is under the left knee, and then lift the hips, coming into a one-legged bridge. Really let the outer right knee release down toward the ground. And then straighten that right leg so that the knee is alongside the left knee. And then lift the buttocks even more. Lay the spine down. Bring that right leg in. Hug it with your hands. Lift your forehead toward your leg. Let the elbows bend and release down toward the ground. And just breathe as deeply and as fully as you can. And if your right leg is straight and you want, you can straighten the left leg. Flex both feet. Relax the shoulder blades down the back. Breathe longer on your inhale and slower on your exhale. Beautiful. And then we'll bring the left hand either to the outer right foot or the outer right leg. Bring the right hand down to the ground and cross that right leg over to the left. Turn your head to the right and then drop your left hip into the ground. And try to bring that right foot as close to your left shoulder as you can. And then track the pathway of the breath as it moves through the twist. Can you bring it all the way up to the right side of your chest or maybe even the shoulder? Relax the right shoulder down as you exhale. Beautiful. Release the foot or leg. Bend the knee. Roll back onto your back. And then bring that left leg over the right leg. Lift the right foot. You can hook the left foot under if that's available and you want. Bring the left hand onto the left thigh and the right hand on top of that. Feet are in the air. And then breathe in. And exhale, press the thigh into the hands into the thigh. Scoop the lower belly in and up. And then do 4 more at your own pace. Beautiful. If the foot is hooked, unhook it and return the right foot to the ground. And then bring the left ankle to rest just above the right knee. Bring your hands behind the back of your head. So we'll either just do a simple crunch, or you can crunch in 2 parts. First the lower body, then the upper body. Or you can challenge yourself by trying to lift the hips off the ground and then crunch up into it. And last one. And release your head down, bring your arms down, and then walk the right foot all the way over to the right as far as it'll go. Dropping the knees down. Right arm extends overhead, stretching long between the right knee and the right fingers. And again, this foot doesn't need to rest on the knee if that's too much for you. And then we'll do that sideways flexion of that right foot, aiming the outer edge of the foot toward the left foot. So now you're here in the position. You can just really sink into it in your mind. Feeling the breath, feeling yourself relaxing as you exhale. And then lift that right knee and bring the foot in under. If the left foot was no longer on the right knee, please bring it there now. Bring both arms overhead. Bring the right foot under the right knee and lift the hips, coming into a one-legged bridge and really opening that left hip by dropping the left knee toward the floor. Rolling the breath up to your chest. And then straighten that left leg so that the knee is alongside the other knee. And then press into the right foot and lift the buttocks even higher. What happens when your body's challenged? Does your breath shorten? Does it lengthen to help you? Does it stay the same? And then lower the hips down and pull that left leg in toward you. And reach your forehead toward your leg. Bend your elbows and let them drop down toward the floor. And then again, you can straighten that right leg if the left leg is straight. Flex both feet if the leg is straight. Otherwise, flex the left foot. And lengthen the inhale and imagine that it's also lengthening your spine. Like you can literally feel your head becoming further away from your tailbone. Relax the shoulders down. Beautiful. Right hand comes to the outside of the left foot or the outside of the left leg. And then you release the left arm to the ground and bring that left leg across to the right. Roll your head to the left. Relax your right leg and sink your right hip heavily into the ground. And then let your ribs turn left away from that hip. And then feel your breath streaming through your body with the same intention to breathe belly, ribs, chest that we began with. And feeling how the breath finds its way through the twist. Relaxing the left shoulder down. Then release the left foot or leg, bending the knee, roll back onto your back. Bring both feet into the air with the knees bent, and the knees are over the hips, so you're not pulling the knees in. You're creating a right angle with your thighs and then another one with your shins. Beautiful. And then press your low back into the ground. That's it. Pull your belly in to press the back down and lower the heels toward the floor. And then come back to the starting position, continuing to press the low back into the ground as you lower. So you can see that the low back will want to lift off the ground as the feet come down. And so the work is in keeping it pressed flat. One more. Beautiful. Pull the knees into your chest, letting those hip flexors relax, letting the belly relax. Feel free to rock a little bit if that would feel good to your back. Beautiful. Now we're going to rock all the way over the feet onto hands and knees. Nice. Line your hands up under your shoulders, knees up under your hips. Really let the weight of your arms burrow down into the ground, and then the same with the thigh bones. We're going to take that left leg out to the side, make big circles around with the knee. And then circle the other way. And then hold the leg so that the thigh is parallel to the ground, keeping that right angle at the knee. And then straighten the leg. And then send the leg back. Get lots of weight into that right hand. And then we're going to balance and lift the left arm up. You might want to curl your back toes under to help you balance. It's not an easy balance. And then once you have the balance, really work with expanding. And then if you want to bend that back foot in and take hold of it with your hand, and then kick the foot away from you into your hand, go ahead. If you want to roll your chest and eyes up, you can do that. And then send the leg back if you were holding your foot. Bring the left hand down. Good. Get nice and long from the foot to the head. And then we'll turn and bring the right hand up. Twisting the ribs. Energize back through your left foot. And again, if you want to grab hold of the foot, you can. It makes it a little bit easier to twist, I think. So if you want to keep challenging yourself, you can stay straight. Okay. And then release the leg back down to the ground. And then roll to the outer edge of that foot. Okay. Now, from here, try to step your right foot onto your left foot. And if you need to modify, the right foot can be on the ground behind or in front of the other foot. And if you need to modify more, that left knee can come to the ground. The right hand will come up. And if you want to challenge yourself more, close your eyes. Beautiful. Step the right foot to the floor in front of the other foot. Bring the right hand down, coming into plank. Hands under the shoulders, shoulder width apart. Bend the elbows, but don't have them bend out to the side. Have them bend toward your feet. And it's okay to bring the knees onto the floor if you need that. Lowering, 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 lowering. Slowly, see if you can hover for a few breaths. And then push into your hands. Lift your chest, roll onto the tops of your feet. Breathe. Upward dog. The thighs off the ground if you can. If not, you can be in a cobra with the whole legs and pubic bone on the ground. Beautiful. Curl the toes. Push back into downward dog. Spread the fingers and push into all 10 fingers, lengthening the hips back as you inhale, pressing the heels down as you exhale. Roll the shoulders down your back. Exhale, drop the chest toward the thighs. Relax the head. Breathe into the ribs. Breathe into the spine. Breathe into the long open space that the posture that gives you. And then bring the knees back down. Hands onto the shoulders. We'll lift the right knee out to the side and make big circles. And then the other way. And then just hold the knee. Try to have it the same height as the hip with the thigh parallel to the ground in fire hydrant pose. Breathing in and out, deep and slow. And then straighten the leg. Try to hold the leg out parallel to the ground. And then send the leg back behind you. Get weight into your left hand. And then spiral open, lifting the right arm up toward the sky. And then really make it bigger. So you're not just here, but you're expanding here. And if you want, you can grab hold of that right foot, kick it back. If you can and you wish, you can drop your head back and roll your chest up toward the sky. If you have your foot, release and straighten the leg and bring the right hand down. Level your hips, facing the ground, and then start to turn your body to the left, lifting the left arm up. Really reaching back through that right leg. That kind of helps lengthen through the spine and allow you to twist even more. And if you want, you can reach back and grab your foot and kick it back, twisting a little bit more perhaps. And release down. Send that right foot back onto the floor with the toes curled under, and then roll to the outer edge of your right foot. And if you can, in one motion, just lift your left leg and place it on top of the other one. And again, the foot can rest on the ground in front or behind if you're not able to stack them, and you can bring the right knee onto the ground if you want to modify that way. The left arm is up and the eyes can close for more challenge. And bring the foot down in front of the other foot. Bring the hand down, coming into plank. And then bring the right knee to the right elbow, dropping the hips low. And then inhale, lift the leg, press down into the left heel. And again, right knee to right elbow, exhaling, lowering the hips. Inhaling, lifting into a three-legged dog. And again. And this time you'll look forward and step the foot up between the hands. Let the hips drop nice and low, and then lift yourself up. Start with the right hand on the right thigh. Sink down as low as your hips can go while keeping the back leg straight. The back heel stays off the ground. Lift the left arm. Push down with the right hand so you really get some length through your side body, and then take it over to the right, taking your gaze to the left. Keep pressing down with your right hand and pressing back with your left heel. Lengthen the breath. Good. Come straight up. Lock the thumbs. Pull the arms apart. Bring the tailbone forward. the hands down. Step back into plank. You can always do a modified plank with the knees on the ground. On an exhale, bring the left knee to the elbow, dropping the hips lower. Inhale, lifting the leg up and pressing the right heel down. Exhale, knee to elbow, hips down. Inhale up. Again. And then on this next inhale, look forward and step the foot up between the hands. Let the hips sink down. And then lift your body without lifting the hips. Left hand on the left thigh, right arm up. Push down with the left hand and see if that helps you elongate your spine. And then take it over to the left, gazing up and to the right. Press back into the heel, straighten the leg. Feel the left knee moving away from the right foot. Lift the body straight, lock the thumbs, and pull them apart. And then aim the tailbone forward while still pressing the heel back. Nice. Bring the hands down. Step the left foot back. Knees can come to the floor if you need to. Bend the elbows and lower slowly, slowly, slowly. See if you can not touch the ground. And then push forward into the hands. Roll on to the tops of the feet. Bring the chest forward. Roll the shoulders back. You can come into cobra by bringing the whole lower body onto the ground. Good. Now we're going to come into downward dog with an extra step. Curl the toes under. Lower your chest, coming back into chaturanga, and then press into downward dog. Nice. If you need to come into child's pose instead, that's fine. Just rest as long as you need to. I'll invite you to join us in a few, and if you need to keep resting, please do. So if you're in downward dog, you're really pressing forward into the hands, sending those hips back, pressing the thighs back, pressing the heels down, sink the head and heart, roll the shoulders down your back. And if you're in child's pose and you're ready to join us in downward dog, please do so. We'll just be there for a second. Good. And then walk the feet up, but take them wide. And then bend the knees and bring your hands to the inside of your feet. And then drop your hips so that your inner thighs are resting on your outer arms. And then just rock a little bit from right to left. Breathing slowly. Let this be easeful. Right, if your knee doesn't like this, then you can just come into a straight leg version and just stand and rock from side to side. Beautiful. And now we'll all straighten the legs. Take the heels wider so that the feet are now parallel to each other. And then bring the hands back until the fingertips are level with the toes. The hands are under the shoulders. And take a breath in, straightening your spine. And exhale and fold forward. Pressing forward into your fingers. Clasp the hands behind your back, lift the hands up, and fold the shoulder blades in toward the spine, moving the shoulder blades toward each other, lifting the fists. And then again, if you like, you can pull the fists apart. And then come up to standing. Lift the eyes, lift the chest, keep the hands clasped. Beautiful. And then release the arms. Just stand for a moment with the legs wide like this. Settling your breath and really feeling your mind calming down as it rides the waves of breath. Take the arms out to the side and get nice and expansive as you inhale, relaxing back in toward the center as you exhale. And see if you can maintain that pattern of expanding and contracting while you just move your right foot in a little bit so that you have weight in your left foot. Still expanding and contracting, eyes open. We're going to start to lift that right leg and dip the left hand down, lift the right leg up, and then expand and contract. And release the leg down, continuing with your 5-pointed star breath. And then shifting weight into the right foot. And float the left leg up. Sink the right hand down. Lift the left arm. Find your gaze point. Once you feel solid, you can start to expand and contract. And come back down. Step the feet hip width apart. Relax the arms by your side. Just roll the shoulders a few times. Forward, up, back, and down. then inhale the arms up. Take hold of opposite elbows. Lift the elbows as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward, bringing the elbows toward the ground. And then pull the elbows over to the right. And then to the left. And center. And then bend your knees and try to lay your ribs onto your thighs. Breathe into your back. And then release the arms forward. Resting the ribs on the thighs if you can. Sinking down through the sit bones and reaching out through the hands. And then bring the hands to the ground. Bending deeply into the knees. And lowering the knees onto the ground with the toes still curled under you. And try to rest your shoulders, rest your jaw, rest your face, rest your hands, rest your buttocks down. Rest your mind. Just feel the breath. Staying calm in the face of what may be intense sensation. And then bring the hands to the ground, release the toes, kick the feet into the ground. And then walk the hands back, sitting onto the ground to either side of your feet. Bringing the feet in front of you. And then we'll take the hands just below the knees and we'll rock lengthwise on the spine. And if you're able to do shoulder stand, and you're going to bring your hands to your hips. If you have any contraindications like issues in your neck or pregnancy, then you can just let your legs come up into the air. If you're bringing your hands to your hips, you want to start walking your hands down the spine toward the ground. Roll the shoulders under you. And then reach up through the toes. Pressing down into the backs of the arms. Smooth, slow breath, maybe feeling it moving through the back of the throat. Circle the feet around at the ankles. Other way. And then lower the left leg down behind you. If it can touch the ground, curl the toes under. And then try to lower the right leg without bending the knee, just moving the right leg forward. Sorry, I didn't say that clearly. So the left leg is back and the right leg is forward. And if your left toes touch the ground, keep that leg nice and straight. And then lift back up, both legs. And then lower the right leg behind you. If the foot can touch, curling the toes under. And then moving the left leg forward. So kind of like a split in the air. Stay connected to your breathing. Bring both legs up. Bring the knees to the forehead, including if you are on the ground version. Lower the hips. Lower the feet. And then lift the hips. Tuck them under. Release down and release the legs. Shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you can place that on your eyes now. And then we can all let the arms rest out away from the body with the palms up. Let the legs rest out away from each other. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Releasing the body into the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, lower teeth away from upper teeth, lips slightly apart. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. Letting go of images, thoughts, memories, words, fantasies. Feeling your mind becoming restful as the breath also comes to rest. Letting go of any effort to breathe and just feeling the breath however it is, bringing your awareness to whatever part of your body best allows you to watch and feel and experience the breath. Notice if there's still some control. If there's some thinking, just let that go if you notice. Coming back to breath again and again. Deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock gently from side to side, feeling the ground massaging your back. And then come center, bring the soles of the feet together, the palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Roll onto either side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground, resting your mind in the experience of this moment, feeling the effects of your practice. Noticing who you are right now. And then slowly press yourself up to sitting. Let your head come up last. Come into any comfortable position. Sinking down through the sit bones. Lifting tall through the spine. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.